So on February the 28th, I was shut down from actually filming a live stream on Fremont Street. I was told I needed an expensive permit to do this by a guard that claimed he was the manager in charge on duty that day. In this video, we're going to go over what happened, why it happened, how I prepared for all of this. I'm going to talk to you about a conversation I had with the head of marketing for Fremont Street Experience. And if you guys know who I actually reached out to that got me to that person, say their name in the chats below. Some of you guys have been watching the channel for a while. You'll have an idea of that. And for the record, I never asked to be connected. It was offered to me, and I am so grateful for everybody involved that helped and all the people that sent me their well wishes and were concerned with the streams not going forward. We're going to get down to the bottom of it. We're also going to talk about pressing your luck in these situations and why I didn't actually just stomp my feet and hold my ground, because it would have just been a big interruption to my Sunday. Don't ever do that. So how's it going, everybody? My name is Steve, and I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the future notifications. And all of you guys who are not subscribed to watch us on a regular basis, thank you for your continuing support. Our goal is for 50,000 subscribers by April 1st. And if you did subscribe to the channel, you get regular updates on when I do these types of videos and these follow-ups. You guys can also support us on Patreon or channel memberships. It's a great way to go ahead and get your name in the credits, get early access to videos. We also have VegasFaceMask.com. These are the only two face masks that you'll ever need. This one harkens back to my original hometown of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, with the rodeo going on. Double-walled, 100% cotton. The only two you'll ever need, two for $25. My wife hand makes them and we send them out. I actually bring them to the post office myself personally to make sure they get in the USPS's hands. Ships free anywhere in the United States. Also, a small fee will get them to Canada or any other part of the world for that matter. So thank you guys so much for your support. So what happened? Well, as I explained in the intro of this video, we were actually shut down on Fremont Street and in front of almost 1,500 people. And we had an interaction with the guard, of which I'll put the entire interaction at the end of this video so you guys can see it. And this video won't be 25 minutes long or something crazy like that. But here's a little clip of it right here.
How you doing?
I'm good. What's up?
Question.
Yes.
Is this social media or commercial use?
It's a social media, just a live stream.
You gotta have a licensing out permit to be out here.
Now, there's a couple of big glaring red flags here. First of all, social media is such an ambiguous term. I was using a smartphone, this exact iPhone right here, as well as a gimbal, handheld, nothing I could put on the ground. And everything we do right now is going to go to social media. Even if you're trying to film something and you're just sharing it with your friends back home, you're going to create a file that's 10 minutes long. It's going to be several hundred megabytes, if not a gigabyte or so, if not even more. 10-minute long clips off this can be several gigabytes depending on the resolution. You're going to be sending that somewhere, and it's going to go to social media because you can't send them directly to another person. It doesn't make any sense. There's no way to really do it. So you're going to upload your video, your home movies. You're going to be putting them on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. So everything in a way becomes social media these days. That's the first issue I had with it. The only issue I didn't have with it was the idea of commercial filming, like filming a commercial filming a movie. I can completely understand if you're coming down with a big camera, something like this, where you can take the lens off and it's a really good production quality, but that's not what we're doing when we're live streaming, right? And if that's the case, and if you are filming with something like this and you are profiting, go pay your share, go buy that permit, $500, so you can make some money. Hopefully, I wish you the best. Maybe I'll see you at the film festival in the springtime, whenever that might happen, COVID reasons, of course. But none of that made any sense. And so I had actually prepared for this moment, and we'll get to what the Fremont Street Experience's head of marketing said in just a moment. None of that made any sense. I actually called in and talked to their security when I saw that there was another YouTuber that had a problem with filming with this kind of a camera on Fremont Street. And I was told that as long as I'm using a handheld camera, something that's handheld and it's like a gimbal, not a tripod that obstructs traffic, not something with high production values, I was considered safe. And under those circumstances, I went down and I continued to film on Fremont Street. We never had a problem until it was the middle of the morning and nobody was around and that guard could single me out and give me the business. And, you know, that's how I prepared for all this. And I highly recommend you do the same. Every time I've ever thought of going into a building like the Venetian and the Palazzo, I would call ahead and find out. And in that case, you find out that the Venetian and the Palazzo do not allow filming and you are only allowed to go into the Grand Canal shops. That way you don't have anybody harassing you and interrupting your stream or making you feel like you're this tall. And that's what happens. But in this case, after, and if you haven't guessed it yet, Richard Wilk was the person who sent the video to the head of marketing for Fremont Street. After all that that happened, and again, I didn't ask Richard to connect me with the guy. I wasn't saying, do you know who I am? Connect me with him. Richard Wilk actually offered it, and after they called me, after they actually connected with me and I spoke to him, turns out it was what they want to label a misunderstanding of intent. Misunderstanding of intent. You see, everybody wants to capitalize and profit off of the image of Las Vegas. And if any blogger will tell you that they're not capitalizing off the image of Las Vegas, they are so full of it, their eyes are brown. We all do it. And Vegas is a very popular topic, and it always has been, and it always will be. And if you're a blogger in Las Vegas, you automatically have a massive advantage. Okay? So misunderstanding of intent means that we don't know the intent of a person being down there. Are you just trying to share something with a social media network? You're streaming? Absolutely, you're okay. You're good to go. And that's the brass tacks when we boil down to it here. He basically said I was right in calling ahead and finding out what the actual restrictions and what was considered commercial. And he actually said that I was okay to go ahead and continue to live stream. And we had a great conversation, him and I. And I really appreciate them reaching out. And in that conversation, I said, I appreciate everything you're doing for Fremont Street. I appreciate that your guards are probably in a very stressful situation, and I've seen them handing out masks to people as they enter the experience and doing their best to make sure people are masked up. And of course, once they're inside, the people kind of go a little bit haywire, and you know how that is, but they are doing the best job they can. And he actually thanked me for not being a sensationalist on all this, and saying that basically I could have gone on YouTube and said why I'm never going to Fremont Street ever again. I would have had a monstrous video with tons of clicks, but that's not what my intent is on this channel. I want to grow it organically and do it by possibly in the future working with properties. And I can't get to that point if I'm going to be making properties angry with me for basically not finding out and getting to the bottom of things. So great talk with him. Misunderstanding of intent. They're going to make sure that the security knows that we are just down there to be outside, show the ambience, the area, the Fremont Street experience, and thank him so much, guys, for actually reaching out to me. Now, why didn't I press my luck? Why didn't I push back on all this? Okay. Well, I didn't push back and press my luck because that would have just involved a big, huge strain. They might have called Metro. They can call them right on in. I don't want to deal with all that. And when you're going into these situations, just remember it's better to actually smile and nod and sometimes move on and get to the bottom of things as quickly as you possibly can. Because in this situation, it opened up a whole new line of conversation with Fremont Street. They now know and they're aware of my videos and my channel, and they now know that I'm trying to do the right thing, and now I'm considered safe as long as I don't do something stupid like start to knock on the doors and go into the casinos when they don't really want people in the casinos. That's always been the policy, and it probably always will. But Fremont Street experience, they did a great job with me. They actually managed to call me and sort things out and tell me that I was right and that I did my research correctly. Richard Wilk was great by, connecting me with them and offering up that extended olive branch of peace. And in this weird time that we have in this COVID crazy kind of climate, people are just very conservative, honestly. They just want to make sure that the right things are being done by everybody. And I think this guard was in the exact same position where he just wanted to make sure the right thing was being done as he understood it. And I don't hold anything against the guard. I don't hold anything against anybody. I'm just lucky and grateful and blessed that I'm able to talk to you guys on this camera right now. So I want to thank you guys for watching, sharing, liking the videos, and tell you guys we will be back on Fremont Street. And if you're a streamer on Fremont Street, just do the right thing. It sounds like we are okay and good to go. I'm glad that I got to the bottom of it. Thank you, everybody who sent out an email on my behalf because you guys were upset. But I appreciate you guys trying to fight the good fight and keep up the good fight in your own daily lives, because put your resources into positive things, and positive things like this can possibly happen. And that's my video today, and I'm sticking to it. Once again, my name is Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Make sure you do like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the future notifications. If you guys want to support the channel further, we have the Facebook group called Not Leaving Las Vegas. You also have our VegasFaceMask.com mask master, or is she a mask mistress? I don't know. She's my wife, Caroline, and she makes these masks 2 for $25. They ship out anywhere. They're very comfortable, and it supports the channel in a nice way. Now's the time of the video where I have to click out. For the record, I think I recorded this video like 27 times. Kind of got off the chains. It was kind of ridiculous. I ended up doing it in QuickTime Player. I had to record it there. I'm having problems with streaming stuff and recording to my hard drive. So I did my best for you today. Like the video. I got to go. Now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1. Here's the video of my exchange with the guard before the credits. The whole thing. And click. Okay.
How you doing?
I'm good. What's up?
Question.
Yes.
Is this social media or commercial use?
It's a social media, just a live stream.
You gotta have a license and a permit to be out here, sir.
I called security down there. I talked to one of your officers when I heard that. They told me that professional cameras, so like a digital SLR, something on a tripod that sits. This is just a handheld thing because the main thing is obstructing use, and this is not a commercial use.
What I asked you was, is this social media or commercial use?
Social media.
Social media.
Yeah.
Out here, sir, if you're gonna do anything in social media or whatever it is, you gotta have a permit from the city on Fremont Street.
That's not true. I called your own security detail and I asked them.
Sir, I don't know who you talked to.
Yeah, I talked to one of your people, and when you call Fremont Street Security. See, the thing is, you have at any given moment on any night, you could have 3 or 4 of us down here and nobody says anything to us because there's 10,000 people. But what I was told from your security, they lined it out for me. I said, because I don't want to break the rules. Okay, I'm a good guy. I don't want to fight with people. I said, so we're not allowed professional cameras. She said, right. I said, what's a professional camera? She says, anything with a detachable lens or anything that's on a tripod that will obstruct traffic on Fremont Street. I said, okay, so is a gimbal and a cell phone okay if I stream? She said, absolutely it is. Now you're telling me it's a different thing. She wouldn't tell me her name. There's Baker 1. For security reasons, she can't tell me her name. She went by Baker 1.
Okay. I will deal with them, but I'm going to let you know, sir. Anything with commercial and social media, whatever it is, it's not allowed to be down on Fremont Street. You got to get necessary approval to the Fremont Street experience or the city. Okay? Now, reference to what you said earlier, personal use and whatever it is, now, that's different. But this is why I asked you to you directly, what is it are you doing? You said social media or commercial use? You said social media. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Could I talk to one of your supervisors?
I'm the security manager and staff right now.
Okay. And who's Could I have your card, please?
I'll give you the
Can you give me the ordinance so I can understand it better, so I can know what my boundaries are for next time, so I can play within the rules?
Any video shooting, commercial, media, shooting media, whatever it is, have to get the necessary documents from the city of Las Vegas and the Fremont Street, who regulate all video shoots and everything within the experience. Okay? Otherwise, if you don't have the necessary document, you can liable for a lawsuit.
Okay, can I have your card so I can reference back this conversation?
So yeah, that's why I want to talk to you. Yeah, you're not in no trouble. It's just that
no, I'm not in trouble. I'm not in trouble at all. Trust me, I'm not worried about this
I'll make sure the officer who you talk to kind of understand the rules and regulation more, because like I said,
it's funny. You know what's funny about all this?
Go ahead.
You remember when all this was shut down for 78 days? They put barricades up so you couldn't actually walk on Fremont Street.
Yeah.
What's funny is that then they said, well, we can't close down for New Year's Eve because we're a public street. But they closed it down for 78 days, and on a public street, if you are a public street, if Fremont Street is actually a public street that the city has to deal with, I understand you guys have a business. I also know that you got timeshare promoters walking right out into the center harassing couples, and you're not that's something where he has his boundaries too. I know that I have my boundaries because this is obviously a private street at some point inside of here because it's a street.
It's considered as a pedestrian mall.
It's a pedestrian mall, okay.
Yeah, so if you go on the city website, Title 11 of the city ordinance.
No, I have the maps.
You can scroll all the way to the bottom.
There's interactive maps. I'll consult the maps and see where the actual public right-of-way is.
On the city website, Title 11, scrolling all the way to the bottom.
Because Fremont Street argued that they can't shut down for New Year's Eve because there's a public street, but now you guys are a private street.
It will say pedestrian mall.
Oh, I see.
Where you can look it up and they give you all the information that required.
So can I have your card, please?
I'm gonna give you my boss.
Oh, that would be great. I'd love to talk with him.
Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oops.
Here we go.
All right. What was your name?
We are not allowed, but I'll give you my badge number. I'm the shift sergeant on duty, 105.
105, shift sergeant on duty. So this is the person, Mark Redden, Director of Security. Okay.
So what you can do, send him an email from there.
Oh yeah, we'll send him an email.
Which go directly to his cell phone so he can respond back to you.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
All right?
Okay.
Appreciate your understanding, man.
Sure, yeah.
Have a good day.
Bye.